Hello, my adventurous and free-spirited Sagittarius souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Treasure, the sacred outpost where we chart the wild currents of the cosmos to reveal the brilliant, untamed truth of your journey. I need you to tune in to silence the noise of expectation around you and to listen not only with your ears, but with that fiery, truth-seeking heart that makes you the eternal explorer of life's grandest horizons. Have you felt it? Not a gentle nudge, but a powerful, restless energy thrumming in your veins like the pull of an arrow on a bowstring just before release. A feeling that a map you have been forced to follow a path that has felt too narrow and too safe for your wild spirit is about to be set ablaze by a celestial fire. What if I told you, my dear Sagittarius, that on the 4th of October, you are destined to break free from that map entirely? And that this liberation will not merely change your surroundings, but will fundamentally redraw the very landscape of your destiny. Imagine for just a moment a departure so profound that you must leave behind the heavy cloak of other people's expectations, the quiet poison of practicality that has clipped your wings, and the ghosts of paths not taken to finally claim the boundless freedom, the soul-deep purpose, and the grand adventure that was written in the stars for you since the beginning of time. There is a powerful, undeniable truth galloping through the cosmos for you right now, and it is this: the time for playing it safe is over. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has chosen this moment. A divine arrow has been loosed. You must fly, and you must fly now. If this message is already igniting a spark in the deepest fire of your soul, if you feel that soul-deep thrill of recognition, I invite you to seal this sacred connection with us. Let a like on this video be your sacred yes to the universe, a declaration that you are ready to claim your freedom. And if you have not yet joined our expedition at Cosmic Treasure, let this be a pact between our spirits, ensuring you never miss a single cosmic signpost meant exclusively for you. Please share in the comments below if you have felt that strange, beautiful restlessness in your spirit, that feeling that the whole world is about to open up. Let's create a map of our shared quest. Now, my brilliant Sagittarius, let us journey deeper into the untamed wilderness of your heart. Let me speak a truth that your soul has always known, but that perhaps the world has tried to silence. There are certain cages that have no visible bars. They are not built of steel, but of expectation. And you, my dear, know the feeling of this invisible prison more intimately than anyone. How many times have you played the part of the happy wanderer, the eternal optimist, becoming the bright, inspiring light for everyone else, while the compass of your soul was spinning wildly, screaming that you were on the wrong map entirely? It has not been the loud, direct conflicts that have wounded you the most, has it? Oh no. For a spirit as vast as yours, the deepest pain has come from the unspoken constraints. It has come from those you love, those you have tried to fit in for only to feel the suffocating weight of their desire for you to be smaller, safer, more predictable. I have always believed that the most profound pain for a Sagittarian soul does not live in what is forbidden, but in the slow, crushing compromise of what feels true. It is in the heavy silence of a routine that no longer feels like living. The betrayal lies in the way they pretend to support your dreams, your quest, your truth, while subtly guiding you toward a path that serves their comfort, not your soul. This is a confinement that wears the most convincing mask of love, a cage built from good intentions, and you, my dear Sagittarius, with the divine gift of foresight that God and the universe have entrusted to you, you have felt every single bar of it. You have tried to make it work. You have endured. You have shortened your stride, believing that if you just tried to be a little more grounded, if you just remained the cheerful center of their world, then everyone would be happy. But let me tell you a profound secret. A life that isn't yours is not a life. It is a performance. It is a beautifully decorated stage that slowly, methodically imprisons the soul. It steals your authentic voice. It places stones of unspoken compromise upon your shoulders until it feels hard to breathe. And the more you smile, the more others come to believe that you will play this role for them forever. They believe you will never find the courage to walk off the stage. But you, my magnificent Sagittarius, were not born to be a character in someone else's story. You were born to be a seeker of divine truth. You were born to explore, to teach, to expand, and to be living, breathing, proof that true freedom and boundless optimism can not only survive but thrive in a world that has often forgotten their power. I know you have asked the heavens in the restless quiet of the night, why does the universe place me on these paths that feel like detours? Why am I surrounded by those who cannot see the size of my spirit? The answer, my love, was never to break you. It was to teach you the true value of your own horizon. It was never to keep you small, but to force you to awaken to the magnificent, unquenchable fire that exists within your own heart, a fire so powerful it can light up the entire world. It is only through these profound tests of spirit that a soul as expansive as yours can truly mature. It is how you learn with unshakable certainty which path is truly yours, and more importantly, which ones you must leave behind. Tell me, Sagittarius, how many nights have you lain awake, your eyes fixed on the ceiling, firing silent prayers into the darkness, hoping that an unseen, powerful force would finally shatter the walls around you? I want you to hear this, to feel it in every cell of your being. Not one of those prayers, not one of those yearnings has ever missed its mark. God has heard every whisper. The universe has witnessed every moment of your restraint. And on this coming 4th of October, that long, aching confinement will finally shatter and give way to a divine breakout. One door will slam shut behind you, not as a punishment, but as the most profound act of liberation you have ever known. And another will be thrown open, a gate that is wider, brighter, and more magnificent than you ever allowed yourself to imagine, leading you to the very adventure your soul has been craving all along. Do you feel it now, that strange, exhilarating current in your chest, as though the very air around you is crackling with an impending, miraculous shift? Do not mistake it for anxiety, my dear. That is the trembling of your soul, standing on the very precipice of its freedom. And you will come to understand that the only thing that could ever hold you back is not an external cage, not the fears of others, but the echo of old doubts that still reside within you. But you must remember this divine law: if God has aimed the arrow, no human hand can stop its flight. If the universe has written this journey into your cosmic blueprint, then all you need to do is find the courage to let go of the bow. Sagittarius, how many times have you laughed while your spirit was yearning? How many times have you been convinced that a life of true, unbridled adventure was meant for others but not for you? I am here today as a conduit for the cosmos to tell you you are worthy. You have always been worthy. And now is the time to believe it, not just as a fleeting idea, but as an unshakable truth in the very core of your being. When that gate opens on the 4th of October, you will see on the other side not just a new landscape, but a new version of yourself. A version that is bolder, wiser, and gloriously, unapologetically free. Oh, you will feel a rush, my love, but it will be the wind of profound release. You will tremble, but it will be with the quivering of magnificent wings preparing for their first flight into a limitless sky. And you will ride forward no longer as the one who was confined by the expectations of others, but as a soul returned by the divine to its rightful sacred quest. Breathe deeply, my dear Sagittarius, and trust that what is coming is the celestial adventure your spirit has been awaiting for all of its lifetimes. And remember, this is only the beginning. Have you ever wondered why every sign, every dream, every restless impulse keeps leading you back to this same feeling, this threshold of immense change? Perhaps a part of you feels exhausted, agitated, asking the universe, why can I not just be content for a little while? But in that very moment of weariness, the universe is whispering back to you, my dear, the peace you seek is not in standing still. It is on the other side of this gate. The time has come. It is time not only to pack your physical bags, but to pack away the old compromises, the old roles, and the old limitations that have kept your magnificent spirit in a space that has become far too small for the being you are becoming. This 4th of October is not an ordinary day marked on a calendar. It carries within it the vibration of an ancient promise, a course correction that was written into your soul's contract long before you arrived here. It is not merely about maps and destinations. It is about the expansion of your spirit. Some will call it leaving, but you will know the deeper truth. This is a sacred departure of the soul. It is a ritual where you must consciously leave behind the roles that chafed the unspoken limitations that have festered in the shadows and the faces that smiled while clipping your wings. And in the very moment you turn your back on that old reality, you will have a breathtaking realization you are not losing a single thing. You are simply handing a gilded cage back to the past and riding with fire and grace into the open plains that were always meant to be yours. I have seen in my own life, and in the lives of so many souls, I have been honored to guide how the divine opens new roads. It is often not by gently giving us what we think we want, but by lovingly and sometimes forcefully removing what we cling to out of a sense of duty. Because sometimes, my dear Sagittarius, the things we cling to are the very bars of our prison. A job we call stable that is slowly extinguishing our inner fire. A relationship we call love that reeks of control, misunderstanding, and emotional confinement. A life we call normal that has silenced more of our truth than it has ever celebrated. God knows that a heart as optimistic and generous as yours would likely try to make it work forever. So a divine intervention occurs. The old paths are allowed to close, compelling us to blaze a new trail into the unknown. And it is only when we step trembling off the beaten path that we discover it was never an ending we were facing. It was a salvation. Sagittarius, have you heard that whisper late at night? The one that says, "There is more out there. You were made for more than this." Perhaps you ignored it. Perhaps you stubbornly stayed convincing yourself that you were fine, that you could find adventure here. But your soul, my dear, your soul has always known the truth. Your soul has been pulling at the reins for so long, waiting for you to finally listen, to finally let go, and now the universe will wait no more. On the 4th of October, the great wheel of destiny will turn, and you will be set free. Not to lose, but to be returned to the path that has always been energetically and spiritually yours. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path leads back to that old life, an atmosphere heavy with unspoken rules, subtle judgments, and walls thick with expectation. The other path opens into a radiant, sunlit horizon where a wild wind rushes in carrying the scent of distant lands. A place where you can breathe deeply, where you can run without having to look back. Which path would you choose? The beautiful truth is the choice has already been made in your favor. The universe has decided. And when that gate opens, you will feel your spirit being carried forward as if lifted by an unseen galloping force. Sagittarius, I need you to understand this with every fiber of your being. Leaving is not irresponsibility. Leaving is not failure. Leaving is your soul finally declaring with a clear and powerful voice, I refuse to live in this cage of limitations any longer. It is not loss, it is liberation. You are not a runaway fleeing a duty. You are a sacred explorer, one who has the courage to step off the worn-out map to return to the wilderness of your own truth. And as you ride away, you will carry not just a few belongings, but a newfound, unshakable wisdom. The wisdom that you have the right to choose. Freedom, the right to walk away from anything and anyone that no longer belongs in the grand adventure of your life. I know there is still fear. Who is not afraid to leave behind what is familiar, even when that familiarity is filled with pain? But I want you to remember this: a divine hand has never aimed a soul into an abyss. It only ever leads you to the sacred horizon. You were always meant to explore the place where your soul can finally run free. The universe has never taken without giving something infinitely more expansive in return. What awaits you beyond the gate of October 4th will show you that every perceived confinement was merely an illusion, and the gift of your new freedom is the only truth. The only thing you will lose is your restlessness. The only thing you will leave behind is the cage, and the only thing you will carry forward is a profound and radiant purpose. And it is in this purpose, my dear Sagittarius, that you will discover another miracle. As you prepared for this journey, did you imagine you would have to ride it alone? Perhaps you have grown so accustomed to blazing your own trail, so used to the feeling that no one could possibly keep up with the pace of your soul. But the universe never allows a soul to wander lost in the wilderness forever. When a great gate of destiny opens, there is always another hand extended to make sure you do not have to cross the threshold in solitude. On the unseen map of your destiny, I see a figure moving steadily toward you. They do not come with heavy baggage or a list of rules. They do not ask you to slow down to dim your fire or to be anything other than who you are. They arrive like a fellow traveler at a campfire on a long night, warm, engaging, and ready for the next adventure. Who came into your mind just now when I spoke of this soul, a flicker of a face, a name, a feeling? That my love is the soul who is destined to ride with you. I believe that true soul-deep love never arrives to confine. It arrives to champion. It does not make you feel smaller or question your path. It makes you feel seen, understood, and profoundly celebrated exactly as you are in all of your magnificent freedom. And Sagittarius, after all these years of searching for a truth that felt just out of reach, after all the times you smiled while you were feeling trapped inside, you do not just deserve such a love, it is your divine birthright. Do you know that the compromises of the past can make you forget how brightly you were born to shine? But when this destined companion enters your life, they become a divine compass, reflecting your own true north back to you. They see you not through the lens of your restlessness or your past detours, but through the radiant wisdom and sacred fire that God placed within you from the very beginning. And in their eyes, you will suddenly realize that you never lost your direction at all. It was merely hidden behind a faulty map, waiting for a love brave enough to explore with you again. Perhaps this person is a new love whose energy feels both thrillingly new and anciently familiar. Perhaps it is a soul friend or a family member who truly understands your spirit. Whatever form they take, they come with the same sacred purpose to journey with you, to share your fire, to remind you that you no longer have to seek your truth alone. Your guardian angels have never allowed you to be truly lost. Each time you stumbled, a sign appeared. And now that sign is becoming clearer, warmer, and more present than ever before. I know there is a fear in your heart, my dear Sagittarius. It is the fear of being trapped again, of opening your world to someone, only to have them build a fence. But I also know that your heart, though it has been wary, has never truly stopped believing in the magic of a shared horizon. And it is that very faith, that resilient, beautiful belief that has called this person to you now. God never allows a soul who remains loyal to the frequency of truth to remain without a companion for long. This fellow traveler is the living, breathing answer to the prayers you shot like arrows into the night, the manifestation of the freedom you hid in the silence. Imagine that moment. You are standing at the threshold of October 4th, your hand trembling slightly as you push open the gate, unsure of what lies ahead. And then another hand joins yours on the gate. It is steady, warm, and adventurous, as if to say, "You are not alone. Let's go." And in that single profound instant, you will understand. This journey is not just about a change of scenery. It is about a fundamental change in the way you are loved. From this moment forward, you will no longer have to explore for two. You will no longer have to carry the spiritual weight of a journey alone. You will finally learn that true love is discovering together, expanding together, and seeking truth together. You have lived long enough in a world where love felt conditional, where you gave your optimism 100-fold more than you ever received in understanding. But this time will be different, because this companion does not come to drain your beautiful energy, but to amplify it, not to question your spirit, but to celebrate it, not to dictate your path, but to explore alongside you on it. You will see. With them, silence will no longer feel like a cage. It will become a peaceful, shared vista. Conversations will no longer be debates to be won, but expansive philosophical explorations where both souls share and both souls learn. In their eyes, you will no longer see fear or doubt, but only a deep, soul-level excitement and trust. This is what your heart has longed for all these years. And here is the most wondrous part of this cosmic design. When you find this sacred companionship, the universe simultaneously unlocks another door, the door of prosperity. Because a love that is true does not just free the soul, it liberates your energy to embrace the other blessings that are arriving for you. When you are no longer bound by the chains of compromise, misunderstanding, and spiritual exhaustion, your energetic field becomes clear, powerful, and magnetic drawing in stability, opportunity, and success. Love and prosperity are no longer two separate, distant destinations. They are twin stars rising in the same sky, meeting exactly where you stand. Sagittarius, I want you to take a deep, cleansing breath and truly believe this. This person is closer than you think. Perhaps they have been beside you all along, waiting for you to be brave enough to truly see them. Perhaps they have just galloped into your life, carrying with them a new and refreshing wind. Either way, they are the living proof that God has never abandoned you. And when you take their hand, you will see with crystal clarity that this journey was never meant to be walked alone. It is the sacred expedition of two souls called together to step through the gateway of destiny into a shared and beautiful future. And so, my dear Sagittarius, close your eyes for one final moment. Imagine standing before two magnificent golden gates. One is carved with the word freedom, the true unconditional kind, where you are seen, cherished, and loved for your wild spirit. The other gate is carved with the word abundance, material prosperity, where financial worries melt away like fog in the morning sun, where a deep sense of security supports you, where you no longer have to compromise your dreams for a paycheck. For so much of your life, you may have believed that you could only choose one. That to have freedom, you must accept instability, or to have security, you must accept confinement. But today, the universe is shouting a different, more magnificent truth into your soul. Both gates are opening for you at once. You do not have to choose. I believe that true divine happiness is never about sacrifice. Happiness does not demand that you abandon your quest to have bread on your table, nor does it ask you to surrender your safety for a loving embrace. God does not send you a partial blessing. He sends blessings that are whole and complete. And after your long journey of patience, after all that you have silently endured, your reward is not only a love that frees the deepest parts of your soul, but a prosperity that fuels your greatest adventures. Let me say this again so that it may anchor itself into your reality. You deserve both. Do not let anyone or any memory from your past convince you otherwise. When a soul has traveled through the shadows, as you have when your heart has continued to shoot arrows of hope into the dark, the universe does not reward you with a single fragment. It gives you the entire beautiful picture. Sagittarius, do you dare to believe that you can hold the hand of the one you love and together sign a contract for a lifetime of shared adventures? Imagine that moment, two hands intertwined, signing a new covenant. It might be a deed to a new property, a contract for a new venture, or a document for a new financial opportunity. But in truth, it is not about the ink on the paper. It is the universe's affirmation that from this moment forward, you will no longer fight for your freedom alone. Love and stability will ride hand in your life. All these years you have prayed. You have shot your questions to God into the long nights. Please grant me a path. Show me where I truly belong. And can you see now that prayer never vanished? It gathered energy, it gained momentum, it reached the very heart of the Creator. And today the answer arrives not as one blessing, but as two arriving in perfect harmony. Love comes to expand your heart, and prosperity comes to expand your world. This is no random miracle. This is the divine fruit of your optimism, your resilience, and all the times you chose faith over doubt and truth over comfort. The universe has not forgotten. God has not overlooked a single quest. Every step you took became a seed, and today you are finally stepping into your harvest season. Look directly at this truth, my dear Sagittarius. You are not only loved, you are being entrusted with the power to build a stable, beautiful life. You do not only find a hand to hold, you find a world to explore with them. You do not only share a meal, you share a secure financial future for two to enjoy. This is the sacred union your soul once longed for, but perhaps never dared to believe was truly possible. Do not be surprised if in the coming days you begin to see specific signs. A job offer that feels divinely inspired. A new contract, an unexpected flow of resources, and alongside it, a deep, meaningful relationship moving closer, becoming clearer and more solid. This is not a coincidence. This is the universe masterfully arranging for both of your blessings to arrive at once. And I want you to remember this. True love and true prosperity never come to test you. They come to lift you. They do not come to make you anxious. They come to grant you a profound and lasting peace. As you step through the gate of October 4th, you will find yourself entering a new territory, a territory where freedom and abundance no longer lie on opposite ends of the map, but merge into one divine light, forming magnificent wings to carry you farther than you have ever flown before. And in this, there is one final glorious truth the universe whispers. This victory is not only material, it is spiritual. For when you hold both love and prosperity in your hands, you learn the greatest lesson of all: you were never lacking. You were simply being prepared, refined, and guided, so that today you would be wise enough and strong enough to hold both blessings with grace. And from here, you will not merely live, you will thrive. Sagittarius, this is your moment. Open your heart, receive your gifts, and ride forward with the unshakable faith that God and the universe have always been by your side, leading you into the sacred territory where love and prosperity finally unite in your hands. My dear powerful Sagittarius, we have reached the culmination of this incredible cosmic message, and I want you to take one final deep breath with me. Acknowledge the profound significance of this moment. This is not just information, it is a spiritual activation. It marks the brilliant, fiery beginning of a deeply transformative journey designed exclusively for you. You have broken free from the confines of your old world. You have been healed in the wild winds of release. And now you are stepping onto the path of your highest calling. Love is by your campfire. Freedom is in your heart. Abundance is flowing toward you. I believe true happiness for a Sagittarian soul is found not in what you possess, but in the full, unapologetic embrace of your authentic, adventurous, and wise self. It is in knowing that you are worthy of every horizon you desire, and that you have the strength and optimistic brilliance to reach it. God and the universe have seen every arrow of faith, every leap into the unknown. And now all of that energy is returning to you, transmuted into love, peace, and a radiant new beginning. Smile, my friend, for you no longer need to carry the old compromises. You no longer need to doubt your immense value. You are a divine gift to this world. Thank you for being here, for opening your powerful heart to receive this message. I pray that you, my beloved Sagittarius, will always be guided by divine truth, always find the soul-expanding love you deserve, and always live in the magnificent abundance you are destined to explore. Remember, this journey does not end here. What lies ahead is even more beautiful, more powerful than you can currently imagine. Hold this truth in your heart. The most magnificent part of your story is just beginning. Now I would be so honored to hear from you. What part of this message made your spirit leap? What great adventure are you currently navigating? Share your thoughts, your insights, your powerful stories in the comment section below. Your journey is an inspiration to us all. You can tap or click on one of the videos you see on your screen to continue your journey into your incredible, limitless Sagittarius potential. Remember, you are the arrow that seeks the truth. You are fully capable of achieving all of your wildest dreams. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I wish you an abundance of joy, love, and unwavering success.